Hello everybody, and welcome back! Last time we made our way through the Deccan Plateau, we obtained a Mars Gene and the Pound Synergy. Today we're going to continue our way south to the town of Madra. But before that, I realized that I forgot once again to go over a new summon. I forgot to go over the Mars summon, so let's just fix that right away. Mars is the elemental power of fire. It requires one Mars Gene. It has a base power of 13, it has an HP multiplier of 3%, and after you cast it, you get a plus 10 to your Mars elemental power. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's continue. So, we want to head south to the town of Madra and see if we can actually obtain a ship there. But before that, we have a cave here. Let's go and see what's in here. Here we are at the Indra Cavern. I believe that there are no enemies here. And we can see that there's a strange tablet up there. Let's just go ahead and use Slash here. Alright, let's see what's in here. Felix examined the stone tablet. Felix can now summon Sagan. To summon Sagan, one Venus and one Mars Gene are needed. So, this is a new element that is introduced in the Lost Age, the tablet summons. As you just saw, they require Gene that are not from only one element. In this case, we require one Mars and one Venus Gene. Another thing that is unique to this kind of summons is that they always have a side effect, and after you use them, you get a boost for both of the elements. However, they only deal damage corresponding to one of the two elements that is selected. So, let's quickly go over the Sagan summon. Sagan, Earth's Might Inflamed. It requires one Mars and one Venus Gene. It has an HP multiplier of 5%. It has a base power of 50 Venus. And there is a small chance that it may drop an enemy's defense by 25%. Also, it provides an elemental boost of 10 Mars and 10 Venus. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's continue our way south. So, this is actually a good place to use the L button. If I never mentioned this, let's finish the mini goblin first actually. There we go. So what I was trying to say is that if you're on the overworld and you press the L button, the camera zooms out a bit, so that makes it easier to know the correct path, specifically in areas like this one where you can easily reach a dead end. And here we have a returning enemy from the original game. This is a troll. It is level 9, it has 101 HP, and it actually has a passive recovery of 10 at the end of every turn. It has no synergy at all. It has 73 attack, 16 defense, 14 agility, and 1 luck. It has a Venus elemental resistance of 48, a Mars of 25, Jupiter 72, and Mercury 48. And it has a Venus elemental power of 100. It normally yields 30 experience points, which then become 39 if we finish him off with a Mars Gene. It drops 34 coins, which then become 44. And there is a 1 in 32 chances that then become a 1 in 8 that he will drop a nut. As for his commands, he has the basic attack and a monster skill called Brute Force, which is a Venus-based attack with an additional 22 points of damage. So, I think this is actually a decent opportunity to go over another thing. So, as I mentioned before, if you finish off an enemy with the corresponding elemental gene, you get a boost to the experience and coins, and the possible item drop. And if you're fighting an enemy and you can't remember what exactly their weakness is, there's actually a neat detail in the battle text that will give you a hint. So, for example, for the troll, we know that he is weak to Mars, so pay close attention to the battle text. So, here says troll takes 44 damage, and that's it. And then, see what happens when you use Flare. Troll takes 24 damage. It is less damage because Flare is a weaker synergy, but as you can see there are 3 exclamation points. That is your hint. If after you use an elemental attack, you see 3 exclamation points. That basically means that that elemental attack is that enemy's weakness. If you see no exclamation point, that means that that enemy resists that attack. And if you see 1 here, as is the case with Quake, that means that that enemy is neutral to that particular element. So that is a good way to figure out what the enemy's weakness is, if you can't remember. There we go. Alright, I believe we are... Yeah, that right there is Mother, but before that, there's something here in the overworld area that I want to check. There we go. So, this is our first overworld Jin. This little guy is called Iron. He is level 9, he has 223 HP, 20 synergy, 49 attack, 12 defense, 37 agility and 7 luck. He has a Venus elemental resistance of 193, a Mars resistance of 100, Jupiter 25 and Mercury 100. And he has a Venus elemental power of 125. He normally yields 73 experience points, which then become 94 if we finish him off with a Jupiter Jin that we do not have, but we will be getting an offensive Jupiter Jin soon enough. He drops 96 coins, which then become 124. As for his commands, he has the basic attack, the Quake synergy, the Growth synergy, and the Flee command, of course. So, since I don't have the Jin, I'm not going to stall here. I'm going to see if I can get rid of him as quickly as possible. Alright. Assuming he doesn't run away, actually he always goes last, so... I don't know why the game allows you to cast a synergy if you don't have enough points. That's silly. The Mercury summon should be fine. Hopefully Cannon can take him out. No. There we go. Just barely. Felix found the Venus Jin Iron. Alright, so a few things to go over. First, let's go over the new Jin. His battle effect is that he boosts the party defense by 25%, the whole party. He has a set stat bonus of plus 11 to your base HP, plus 2 to your base defense, and plus 3 to your base agility. But more important than that, now that Felix can hold 2 Venus Jin, he can access a new rank within the Squire class, the Knight. The Knight has 130% HP, which is a decent upgrade, still slightly below the standard synergy at 90%, a higher attack at 120%, a slight boost to his defense and agility, and his luck remains the same. Now, as for his commands, he has not unlocked any new commands, so not much to say there, but Felix is not the only one that can reach new ranks with the... by having 2 Venus Jin. For example, Jenna, which can access the Brute class as well as Felix, if she holds 2 Venus Jin, she can access a new rank within the Brute class, the Ruffian. The Ruffian has 120% HP, 80% synergy, 130% attack, standard defense at 100%, 120 agility, and that's about it. And she also has not unlocked any new synergies by rank. And then finally onto the Jupiter Seer class. If Sheva holds 2 Venus Jin, she can access the new rank, the Magician. In this one she has 110% HP, 140% synergy, standard attack and standard defense, 120% agility and the standard luck. And she does not unlock any new synergies, unfortunately. So with that out of the way, let's go to Mother. So, as soon as we walk up these stairs, there's a small cutscene, but before that I actually want to go to the right here. Let's talk to this lady. You picked the wrong time to come to Madra. We had disasters, pirate attacks, all sorts of nonsense. There are a bunch of graves here, hopefully not from the pirate attacks. And there's a ladder. You coming through here? I would like to. Yeah, well, we're walking in the hall right now, so until we are done here, you're gonna have to enter Madra to the gates. So we can go there right now, but we will soon enough. So let's go up here. You there! Hold your ground! What seems to be the trouble? Just wait there. They don't look like they're Champa. I agree. Sorry for the delay. You may pass. What were you checking us for? Our town was sacked by pirates. They come to free their leader, Briggs. They came from the east, a small party, and we repelled them with ease. But then, foreigners struck from the west, exploiting a weak point near our prison. That's over now, though. Feel free to relax and enjoy your time here safely. Alright, so as we were told previously that Madara was attacked by pirates. So actually there are a bunch of things to do here, but first off there are a few hidden items that I don't want to forget, so I'm going to get through them as quickly as possible. First off, if we inspect this box here, we got an antidote. Then, in this house right here, by checking the barrel, I believe, yeah, we got a smoke bomb. I'm going to mostly ignore a few of the NPCs, except the ones that I consider that they have an interesting lines of dialogue. So, on to continuing on with the items. In this house here, which is the mayor's house, if we check the wooden box, we got 15 coins. And I actually want to talk to the two NPCs here. My father was opposed to arresting the man we found on the boat, but the townspeople were in uproar about the Champa, and they locked him up. Until my father returns, I'll protect this gem with my life. Milady and I have been told to guard that jewel on the mantle. I wish I knew why the Elder wanted us to protect this thing. And this jewel, if you play the original Golden Sun, you may realize that it bears an uncanny resemblance to the one that was used on Babi's ship. Don't touch that gem. The Elder gave us strict orders to protect it. But we cannot take it, so that's it for that. Let's continue on item hunting. If we check the house here, we got an elixir. Alright, now I want to go to the inn right here, and actually want to rest up first of all. Alright, great. So, if we go upstairs and check the jar right here, we got a sleep bomb. And right here, these two NPCs, I want to talk to them. We're heading to Tolby. We hear there's a tournament there called Colosso. I am Morgan, and this here's Deca. We're gonna compete, and we're gonna win. The gladiator who takes the prize in Colosso earns quite a reputation as a warrior. Mercenaries get a lot more jobs when they got a good reputation. Hey, if you see a gladiator named Isaac, give him a message for me. If he's thinking about going to Colosso this year, he doesn't stand a chance of winning. We fought in Colosso last year, but we lost to a weaselly little kid named Isaac. We're after revenge, so we've been out on a risky journey to increase our fighting strength. So yeah, Morgan and Deca here are basically the first small change that you'll see if you transfer over a save file from the original game. What's weird though is that Morgan seems to be in denial, or doesn't seem to refer to the fact that he was in Colosso before. He mentions that he talks about Colosso like he just found out, even though he participated last year. But anyways, what I want to do is actually, if we go across the roofs of the shops, we have a chest. And inside, we got a nurse cap. Alright, so this is an artifact piece of equipment. It provides a defense boost of 18, and it has a side effect, and that is that it can be used to restore 70 HP. And you don't need to have this equipped in order to use this effect. Another side note is that only Jenna and Sheba can have it equipped. So, with that I believe now we're done with all the items in Mother. I may be mistaken, but I believe not. So I actually want to go over to the weapon shop. Come in, welcome. Take a look at our fine weapons. So there's a tab that I didn't discuss last time. This is the artifacts tab. I didn't in Daila because if we selected the artifacts tab in Daila, there would have been no items whatsoever. But now that we are here, you must be a connoisseur if those caught your eye. We have an item, we have an artifact weapon, the magic rod. So this is an item that actually I do want to buy, and I'm going to give it to Sheba. But first of all, I want to quickly go over the magic rod. The magic rod has an attack boost of 16, its unleash is called Merc, it deals an 11 extra Jupiter damage, and it may inflict the sleep status. Alright, so as I was saying, since it deals Jupiter damage, I do believe that it is best suited for Sheba. So I'm going to give that to her. And let's sell the wooden stick. And every now and then, whenever you buy a new piece of gear or sell an old one, you may get a game ticket. So I'm going to give that to Felix. I'm not going to buy any other weapons because Felix I think is fine with the Themis axe, and Jenna will be getting an artifact weapon soon enough. I do want to buy some defensive gear, but before that I have to sell a few things. I believe that's it. I'm going to sell the smoke bombs because I rarely use them. The sleep bombs may be useful for gene fights. Also, if by accident or because you wanted to, you end up selling, for example, the mysterious card, you can buy it back. Alright, so I want to buy here, the leather boots. I'm going to buy a pair for every party member. So I'm going to do that quickly. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's fine. I'll just give it to Sheba. Alright, there are a few other places I want to see in the town of Mother, but first I want to go down here. I got someone to show me around inside. It's just a really big hole. Nobody could dig that much in such a short time without us noticing, you think? So supposedly this is the hole that was used by the pirates to infiltrate the town and free their leader Briggs. And I realized that I actually want to enter through here. Here are the Madra catacombs. So this is an optional. Never mind. There, we got a critical even though we have an artifact. So, the Madra Catacombs is a completely optional dungeon, and it is a fairly small one, but we will not be able to fully complete it this time because we don't have all the synergies required to fully access it, fully explore it. But on another subject, we have a new enemy, a returning enemy also. This is a rat. It is level 9, it has 49 HP, no synergy, 52 attack, 27 defense, 15 agility and 1 luck. It has a Venus elemental resistance of 48, a Mars resistance of 25, Jupiter 72 and Mercury 48. It yields 14 experience points, which then become 18 if we finish it off with a Mars gene. It drops 17 coins, which then become 22, and there is a 1 in 32 chances that then become a 1 in 8 that he will drop a herb. Now, as for his commands, he has the basic attack and a monster skill called Fortify that works exactly like the defend command. So the only real threat here is the troll. And Felix level up. And Jenna, but not Sheba. So, as I was saying, the Mara Catacombs is a fairly small dungeon, but it requires a bunch of other synergies to fully explore it. So we will be coming back here at least 2 more times. But we can explore a small part of it though. Speaking of exploring, here we have a new enemy. This is a drone bee. It is level 10, it has 63 HP, no synergy at all, 68 attack, 19 defense, 36 agility and 2 luck. It has a Venus elemental resistance of 100, a Mars resistance of 48, a Jupiter resistance of 7, and a Mercury resistance of 48 as well. And it has a Jupiter elemental power of 105. It normally yields 19 experience points, which then become 24 if we finish it off with a Jupiter gene. It drops 28 coins, which then become 36, and there is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that it will drop an elixir. As for its commands, he has a basic attack and a monster skill called Numbing Sting, which is a Jupiter-based attack with a 0.7 multiplier, meaning that it is actually weaker than a normal attack, but it may inflict the stun status condition. Alright, so let's get rid of them. And Sheva level up, and she got the Plasma Synergy. That's a pretty good synergy, and it will be replacing the Ray Synergy for now. So let's go inside the what looks like a ruined mansion here. And here we go. This is what I want. We got the Tremor Bit. So, similar to the Lash Pebble and the Pound Cube, this is also an item that bestows a synergy when equipped. And since Tremor is very similar to the regular Quake synergy, I'm going to give it to Felix, of course. Alright, that's all we can do right now in the Catacombs, so let's go ahead and use Retreat. Alright. So, I want to give special attention to a particular house here. This one. So, we have an elderly couple here. Everything happened so suddenly. The earth moved, and everything fell down. It's going to take me forever to clean up. So, yeah. But actually I want to talk to this guy here. A wave big enough to move a continent is a terrible portent. Could the legendary beasts of the deep have awakened? If the mythical sea creature has awakened, we are all in trouble. The legends say that only one arm with an enchanted trident can kill it. So, he's giving us a bit of an explanation, or a possible explanation for the tidal wave at the beginning of the game, but he's also giving a pretty big hint for what to do at a later portion of the game. But also, if you go upstairs, they have a Mars Djinn as a pet, but sadly we cannot get him out right now, so let's leave it be for now. So now I actually want to go right here. My partner was guarding the prison. When the Champa attacked, he was so scared. He ran off. Disgraceful! My friend was on guard duty when Brick's men attacked. Who will let a menace like Briggs go free? Admit it! You're one of the Champa, aren't you, Pierce? Speak, or let your silence condemn you. I told you already, I am not a Champa. Then where did you come from? The heart of the Eastern Sea. If I told you where, you would never believe me. Look at me when you're talking to me, when I'm talking to you. Are you trying to mock me? I implore you, do not anger me. Oh, do you? So what's going to happen if I make you angry? Hey, Shin, maybe you should go easy on him. Hey, it wasn't your girlfriend who was hurt. I'm sorry she was injured, but I cannot. I don't want your sympathy, freak. I want you to get angry for me. Stop, please. Even my patience has its limits. Hey, don't you want to see what he will do? I think we should just stop. If my words will not cool your temper, then... Oh, that was synergy! Wah! Did you do that? What did your friend expect? You monster! I am no monster. Help! This man, he must be an adept, yes. Of course, that was clearly synergy he just used. Perhaps we should try to learn a little bit more about him. Alright, so here we have Pierce. If we speak to him... well, when will that kindly elder return and end my imprisonment? I have no time to wait, but I don't want to have to hurt anyone. So, if you speak to him again, he will just repeat that, but if you read his mind... Why did I use my synergy in anger? I must maintain control. My actions should never cause regret. I sense someone using synergy? That person. Could he be... No. He is not one of my people. When will I be freed? Yeah, sadly that's all we can do and we cannot get him out right now. So let's leave for now. Has Pierce escaped? Oh, I'm so relieved. So Pierce hasn't escaped? If he had escaped, the Elder would no longer be able to protect him. But, from the look of things, it seems there was a scuffle. The cell is in disarray. What happened in there, I wonder? It seems Pierce is a man of many mysteries. Not the least of which being that boat he arrived in. Oh, you there. You look like travelers. Milady, now is not the time to be speaking with strangers. It's alright. This one has such kind eyes. When did you arrive? And where are you going? My lady, please. Are you going to Osenia? Yes. I knew it! One requires permission to cross the bridge to Osenia, correct? Then I hereby grant my permission to these 4 travelers. Relay that message at once. You may all continue your journey and cross into Osenia. Alright, so we know some information. Pierce was locked, and apparently there's an elder, which is the Elder of Matter, that is trying to free him. We don't know how he's doing that. Maybe we can get some information here. My father was supposed to arrest... Yeah, this is the same line of dialogue. So yeah, we're granted access to Osenia, which is a continent that is to the east, and was usually not accessible by land, but thanks to the tidal wave, it now is. So, let's go ahead and go forward to the bridge right here. Madra drawbridge. Yeah, we heard about you already. If you're going to Osenia, you better get moving. Alafra is up along the northeast of Osenia. You'll see it eventually. These guys must be looking for trouble. Me? I'd rather stay home and relax. It's so pleasant and comfortable, and safe. Head to southeast Osenia and you'll hit Mikasala. It's a small village though, probably not much to interest you there. Unless I had a boat, I wouldn't go to Osenia, with permission or without. Wait. If you try heading straight through Osenia to Alafra, you'll hit Yampi Desert. You'd be better off avoiding the desert and just following the coast to Alafra instead. Alright, so we have a few new places that we can go. And I just realized, once again, at least I caught myself before the end of the episode, that I forgot to go over a new summon. Now that we have 2 Venus Djinn, we can access a new summon, so let's quickly go over that one. Ramses, Guardian of an Immortal Pharaoh. He requires 2 Venus genes, he has a base power of 60, he has an HP multiplier of 6%, and after it is successfully summoned, it provides an elemental boost of 30 Venus. Alright, let's go ahead and reach the Osenia Cliffs. So these are the cliffs that were created thanks to a tidal wave, and these connect Osenia with the continent that we were just on, Indra. Look at all the damage. That wave must have been gigantic. I wonder how many Champa died in the wreck. Wait, if this is the Champa ship, then that must mean that Pierce isn't the Champa. So why does the Elder still need bricks to clear his name? So yeah, so the Elder is looking for the captain of the Champa to clear Pierce's name. This is the Champa boat. You can see their mark on the flag there. They must have been run aground here by the tidal wave. So yeah, here we have the remains of the shipwreck from the tidal wave. And the route that I'm taking here is not the one that will let us cross into Osenia, but there is an item here that I actually want to check. We got a pirate sword. So we got yet another artifact weapon, and this one I will give it to Jenna. So I'm going to quickly go over the pirate sword. The pirate sword has an attack boost of 34, its unleash is called Dreamtide, it deals 12 extra mercury damage and it may put a target to sleep. Alright, so I think that is enough for now. We obtained our first tablet summon, we got our second Venus gene, and we got artifact weapons for both Sheva and Jenna. And we are about to cross into Osenia. Next time we're going to explore the continent of Osenia and see what we can find there. Until then, see you guys!